All right, so we have other people that might join us, might start, but I really want to keep us on a good time schedule because there's nothing like going to a meeting and it just drags on and on. This one's going to be fun, but I do want to be honoring of your time. And so if you could mute your screen, I see Bob is maybe the only one that's unmuted, and except I've got a couple people that are helping. So Amy Hayden is going to be helping us tonight. Ealita Walls is also helping us from Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for coming on there. And then Megan Carter is doing a vendor event. That girl just enrolled 2 people, whoop, whoop, tonight. So she said one of them was a doTERRA person, and she talked her into Young Living. So those are fun conversations to be had. But I just wanted to give you a quick little intro of how I got into the business, and then I want Amy to share a little bit, and then Ealita will share. So my name's Jen, and I first bought a kit, and I was sitting at this kitchen table. I bought a kit, and then I learned that if I told some friends about it, then I got a thank you check. Like they actually give me money and say thank you for telling people about oils. And so I was super stoked, and I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to invite a couple friends and see how it goes. And I invited like 8, I think there were 6 or 8 people, I can't even remember, but they all were interested. And I was like, what? Okay, holy cow. So 4 people bought a kit that night. And I said, oh my gosh, okay, so my kit was, at that point it was $150. I just made $50 and I paid for my kit because I had 4 people enroll. And I was like, well, that was fun. It was easy, simple. I just shared about oils. I shared about what I know. And anyhow, so I invited those people, and now I've had fun teaching people about healthy alternatives to the toxic things that most people buy. And I scheduled more and more classes, and then look at this, I'm the rank of gold, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to have Amy and then Ealita, and it looks like Megan was able to hop on. She's like superwoman tonight. So Amy Hayden, you're on.
Okay, am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay, I'm trying a new microphone thing. So I wanted to talk about sharing oils tonight. So first of all, we share, we don't sell. And I always say, if we did sell oils, I wouldn't be here because I'm not very salesy. I'm a teacher, not into sales. So I'm going to tell you the secret of the best way to share oils. Are you ready? You use them. That's it. I just use my oils in my classroom, at work. I use them in the grocery store. When I'm in mine, I take them out, put them on. I give samples to people when I hear that somebody needs an oil for something, or I just hear a need and I think, well, I would use an oil for that. So I make a suggestion like, hey, do you want to try this? I obviously use social media to share how I'm using oils in my home. And basically, I just listen for people's needs. So whenever I hear that people might need something, I suggest it. I always tell people it's just like if you go to a really great restaurant or you get a haircut at a really great hairstylist, you're going to recommend that person to your friends. You're going to love something so much that you just share about it and you don't keep it to yourself. So I feel like it's just that natural. I just use them and talk about them, and that's it.
I love it. Awesome. So she jumped into the one of the 3 things that we're going to talk about tonight, and one of them is sharing. So how easy is that? I mean, we share things all the time. That's right, Amy. I love it. And I love that oil rack behind you.
We do.
All right, Ealita, you're next. I just want you to tell just a couple of sentences how you got into the business. And then, Amy, you be thinking about that answer, and you can kind of finish this up with that at the end.
Yep. So I'm here with my hubby who's over here hiding. And so we were looking for something natural. We've always been kind of, I wouldn't say the naturalist, but looking for a natural way to use in our home or mainly on our body. So we were looking for support for him because he had a serious health condition. And so we needed something to keep his immune system boosted. And we discovered that using essential oils would do just that, would keep his immune system boosted, keep everything balanced out. And so it did so much more for us. It was like, well, people are asking about it. So why don't we just do something that we're already going to do no matter what, whether people wanted to try it or not, we were going to do it regardless. So why not share and let people see the health benefits that these oils could do for them. So that's kind of how we got started, was just to support our immune system.
Awesome, that's perfect. And then Megan, how about you share a little bit about how you got started?
Okay, well, I went to a class taught by this amazing person named Jen Haseloff that I didn't think that I was gonna want anything. I even told the girl, like, I'll come, but I'm not buying anything. And I was the girl, like, jumping off the couch, like throwing my credit card at you at the end of the class, and was all in. I knew this was exactly what our family needed. And it just so happened within weeks of that, I don't remember the exact timeline. I don't know if I had already quit my teaching job or if that was yet to come. I can't remember, but it was all happened about the same time. And you were like, hey, you could do this with me. You could teach classes. You already know how to teach. You should just start telling your friends about oils, and, you know, maybe you can use this as your income to stay home now. Because I was still kind of unsure. Quitting my teaching job was kind of a spur of the moment. So unlike some people who it kind of just started teaching class for me, I started teaching. So that's just kind of how mine happened. Pretty intentional. Can you all hear me? Mine's locking up.
Yeah, I was kind of cutting in and out. I don't know if there's a better space that's closer to your Wi-Fi or whatever. I don't know. But I got the gist of it. Did you all get the gist of it? Nod your head. Yeah. So she was a teacher by heart, so it came real natural for her to talk in front of people. It was really, really fun to watch. And she had some major goals because she wanted to stay at home. And I totally remember that time at Panera that we got together, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like you're living my old life when I was a teacher. It was crazy. Amy, Hayden, are you still on here, girl?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, awesome. Do you mind telling us how you got started?
Yeah, I got started using essential oils when a friend gave me a sample. She saw me post about something on Facebook with my son, and she gave me a sample. And then a little while later, I went over and made some things to take home that had oils in them. And once I started using them, I loved them and I wanted to have them all the time. The first person that I signed up was my sister. She just wanted oils, and I was like, I think there's a way you can sign up. And I got her signed up. And when I got a check from Young Living, I was like, oh, this is like a thing. I can do this just from telling people about my oils. They'll send me money. So that's how I got started sharing about it. And I just naturally talk about everything I like anyway. So it worked for me.
I love it. I love it. So since we talked a little bit about money, I'm going to see if I can share my screen, and I'm going to show you. I hope it'll work out here. Let me get it. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, I think I have to hit this. Hold on. Exit full screen. Hold on a second, guys. Bear with me. And then we're going to share. So I want to show you the income disclosure statement. Anytime that we talk about money or the things that, if we allude to the fact that we make money, I really want to be honest and share with you some of these things. So here's my little spiel about that. Let me just think. So how about you? Is there a goal that you want to hit? Let's talk a little bit about money, because that's what'll get you there most likely. So Young Living has this income disclosure statement that I have to show you anytime that I talk about money. So I just kind of want you to be thinking in your mind, what would make a difference in your budget on a monthly income, increase? What amount of money would make a difference in your current budget? Like, I don't know. For me, it was like $100, $250. That would be awesome, because we were always going over on things in our budget. But then it started going, well, what about $500? What about $2,200? And I mean, I know people currently that make over $15,000 a month, and all they're doing is sharing and teaching other people how to share. So yeah, I'm talking monthly. I'm not just talking like, $15,000 a year. So the average paycheck of a platinum, which is the next rank that I want to hit, the average rank, or the average, I gotta move y'all's faces out of here. The average paycheck for a platinum, if you look at it, per year is $117,000. So yeah, that to me.
Are you sharing your screen?
Oh, can you not see it?
No, we see
Oh,
your
y'all
desktop.
can't. It's not sharing.
We see your desktop. We see your Google desktop.
Stop it. Okay, hold on. Let me
Okay.
see. I'm gonna stop share, and then I'm gonna go over here and hit share again. Thank you for catching me, sister. Thank you. So here it is. That's so funny. I totally had it up on. Can you see it now?
Yep.
How about I ask that question next time when I'm gonna do something? Can you all see what I'm talking about? Okay, so if you look here and you're looking at stars, this is 2018, so it might be different than the one y'all have been looking at for years because they just updated it. But if you look at the average is what I like to look at. The average for just a distributor is $4 a month. Senior star is $260 a month. Senior star is $1,551 a month. Executive, oh, this is so funny. That's annual income. Guys, where's the monthly income? That's so funny. Okay, so that's annual income. So if you're looking at that, I should have pulled up the one that I know, but I thought, no, I'll get the new numbers. And but you can see the annual income. Let's talk about that, okay? So annual income of a silver is $15,000, almost $16,000. The annual income of a gold is a great full-time salary. And so my goal is to hit platinum next, which the average income of platinum is about $15,000 a month, just so you know. So that's where I was getting that. Anyhow, so you can imagine what it would look like. It might just be another car payment. How cool would that be to pay off your car a little bit sooner? Running a business, it takes some work. It takes determination and some vision and a love of something to drive you to stick with it when times are tough, okay? It's not rocket science, though. If you've got moxie, if you've got gumption, if you've got stick-to-itiveness, then you've got what it takes. So we're going to cover the 4 main things that you need to do to be successful in Young Living. So it's not complicated. It's simple, but it takes some, anyhow, it takes a little bit of courage and some stick-to-itiveness. So Amy already shared a little bit about the first one, which is share. Let me unshare. Speaking of, let me unshare my screen. There we go. So she talked about sharing. Amy, do you want to take 2 seconds and just recap what the main things are about sharing?
Yes, I was so excited. I jumped the gun. I jumped right into sharing. I didn't even want to tell you who I was. I just wanted to tell you about my oils. Who I am. Like, hi, I'm Amy. Here's my oils. So just to recap, use your oils. Use them anywhere you naturally use them. It's not very forced. These oils you can see right here, this is my dining room. This is the easiest place for me to keep them in my house. So when my friends and family come over, they see them. They're drawn to like the little rainbow. They're drawn to them and they want to see them and know what I'm using. But like I said, I use them at work. I use them in public places, not forced. It's just when I'm using my oils and putting them on my kids, and people will naturally ask questions. What are you doing? If you've never seen somebody rolling oils on their kids in public, you're probably going to ask, what are you doing? When I hear that somebody has a need and it's a thing that I would use an oil for, I might make a suggestion or offer a sample. As I mentioned, that's how I got into essential oils, when somebody heard me saying something about my son and was like, hey, do you want to try this? So I've always kept that in the back of my mind, and I just try to give back in that same way. It's just something you know and you would use and you love it, so you naturally share about it. And it doesn't have to be salesy, just very natural. Use your oils and products and, naturally share it with people that you love, because if you have something really great in your life, why would you not share it with others?
Awesome. I always think about it like a book or a movie. I'm always telling people, oh my gosh, did you see that? It's so awesome. And but they don't pay me for that. It's not cool. Hey, Ealita is next, and I want her to talk a little bit about enrolling. So Ealita, talk to us.
So that enrolling, we say that and people are like, what are you talking about? So all that means is that you're sharing the opportunity, you're giving them their link. And so every time that you become a member, you get basically a member number or distributor number. And with that number, there's a link that you can share with your friends, because once you start using them and sharing them, then people are going to want to know, how do I get it? And so you have a link that you can provide to them that would allow your member number to be used in order for Young Living to recognize who to, give an incentive to, basically. Like, who do we send money to for referring this new person that wants to become healthy? So that's what what you do when you're enrolling. There's a couple of places to go. And Jen, do you want me to give those places? Okay. So some of the places that you can go is yl.pe. And as long as you have your member number, which you should from the person that introduced you, they'll be able to provide that for you. You can also find it on your virtual office. So there's different places for that number. But whenever you need help, just refer to the person that actually introduced you to the oils. But yl.pe is going to give you a short link that you can share with your friends. You can also visit the Young Living website, and they have a link builder on there that you can utilize. And if those two options don't work, you have more. You can also text 859-405-0441, and you want to say share link. That's what you would text to that number. And I'm going to give it to you one more time. It's 859-405-0441. And you're going to text share link, and then you will get a link that you can share with your friends. And so it's that easy to do, and we'll be here to help you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So then I am looking at Megan. Man, I'm telling you, Megan Carter. She has been awesome. I'm telling you, she was at a vendor event tonight, and she even made it to this call. So I really think that we need to send a coffee to your husband, because he's taking care of all 3 kids for a long time today. Anyhow, okay, so Megan, she's going to talk about the third thing. So first, let's just recap. Share, enroll them, train is the next one. Okay, there's 4. So train is kind of what we're doing tonight.
So I hope you all can hear me. I tried to move close. The baby's room is where our router is, so I can't go in there. He's asleep. So, okay. I kind of saw train in 2 ways. We want to train them to use their oils. You want them to know what to do with their oils. They're not going to see the benefit in the kit that they just spent money on if they don't know what to do with it. So call them up. If they're local to you, go to their house, meet at a coffee shop, have them over at your house, and go through oils again. I even have a little bag that I take with some coconut oil in jars so we can make some stuff. Take them some veggie capsules and show them how you can put digize and lemon in a capsule and take when your tummy's upset. I've even taken a little salt shaker. We made some carpet deodorizer. Anyway, when you leave, you want them to say, oh, I have at least one use for every oil in my kit. These oils are all for me, okay? And if they're not local to you, you can do something like this. You can FaceTime or Zoom or however, so that you can see each other and still try to connect that way. You want to make sure they know how to use their diffuser. You wouldn't believe how many people that I have dropped the ball on and not done this, and then when I finally reach out to them, they're like, it's still in the box. I can't figure out how to get it on, So just don't assume that it's easy to use and they know how to do it. Don't ever assume that. Assume they know nothing and they want to know everything. So tell them how to fill it with water, how to turn it on, and with the new one, all of the light options, make sure they know all of that, and how many drops to put in their diffuser. Always recommend that they start low and slow. We say just start with a couple of drops, and then they can adjust it to what they like. But can I also add, Jen, on the train part, I feel like this is where you also train them to do what you're doing. You want them to share. So encourage/train. You want to encourage them to talk about their oils and do all the things that Amy just said. Use your oils in public. Talk to your friends about how they're working for you. And you kind of want, if you really want to build a business, you want them to also share. And so that it keeps duplicating down and down and down, and your business will grow. So I just wanted to add that.
That was perfect. That's a perfect tie-in to what I was going to say. So the fourth one, so you've got share, enroll, train, and then repeat. Repeat is the last one. And if you want the residual income where it keeps coming, like you do the work one time and then it keeps coming in. It's kind of like, well, when people write a book, they write the book one time and then they keep getting paychecks when people buy it. A songwriter writes the song one time, records it, and then they keep getting royalties. And so that is the beauty of Young Living, or a network marketing, or I call it relationship marketing model. It's actually taught as a business model, and it's a fabulous model because then you can focus on the next person and you don't have to keep, I guess once you get one person going, then you just touch base with them. And anyhow, so let's go to my notes here. Okay, so it's simple. You just share, enroll, train, and repeat. Share, enroll, train, and repeat. That is what you do over and over and over again. And duplication, if you make it easy enough, just like this, then you get residual income if you keep doing the same thing. So each of our businesses will become what we want it to become, with some hustle and some heart and some commitment to the 4 basic things that we just talked about. It'll become more than what you ever imagined. I mean, I'm telling you, I had no idea what I was stepping into when I chose to do this. And it has really, I'm at home. I'm able to be there on days like today when Wes Jessman calls and says, guess what? The water main broke and your high schooler is on their way home. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm here. Anyhow, that has been really a blessing to our family. It's been great. I've been able to focus on other things and catching the balls that drop when you're juggling. So what are your next steps? Let's say that all of these things, I'm not assuming that every single one of you on this call or even listening to the repeat. There are some people that are receiving this link because they couldn't come today. A shout out to my friend Kim Johnson, who's all the way in Washington State, which is Pacific Standard Time, y'all. And we did this on 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So way to go. But I'm sending a link to some other people, and I'm not assuming that you are just jumping in with both feet, but it's really easy to do, kind of like what Amy did, just sharing in real life. But if you do want to jump in, let me make sure that I catch you. There's a really cool thing that's happening. Your next steps would be to join Mindy's 90-day hustle. Mindy is a fellow gold, and she is a leader on your team as well. And so you're part of her oily family. But she's doing a 90-day hustle. It starts December 1st, so you haven't missed anything. But if you want to move forward, we're ready to walk arm in arm with you. And Mindy from Oily Musings is starting that 90-day hustle, and it's a Facebook group. So she's going to do Facebook Lives each day in that special group, and she's going to focus on different steps, different strategies, different things to do. So if you want to join us, I'm doing it. Raise your hand if you're doing that already. Awesome. No pressure. But just message me or message a leader and let them know, whoever enrolled you, let them know that you want to do that, and we'll make sure that you get added to the group. So I'm looking at my little clock here, and we are so ahead of schedule. Usually we just blah, 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 and talk and talk and talk. And we kept it pretty quick, didn't we? We did good. So there's only 40 minutes on this phone call, and we are at minute 25. So that means that if you had questions, totally unmute yourself. You've got 4 leaders here, 4 people that have done this stuff. And you can ask us challenging questions. You can ask us, really, what does this look like on a day-to-day basis? Anything. So since you came to the call, you get to determine what we talk about next. So we have a few minutes for questions. And if you don't, I might just bust out in song, and you don't want me to do that. I see you, Autumn. She sees me at Jazzercise. Yeah, I like a song. Yeah.
So Jen, I don't know how in depth you want to go with the compensation plan, but I thought one good thing about Young Living, when you asked us what income would make a difference in our home, and it gave the ranks, right? One thing about, good Young Living is that the $50 like that we would do on ER are the $100. That's all of the requirements of what to spend in order to rank up or qualify for a paycheck. So I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. That's really good. So, when you order a kit, oftentimes people assume that they have to get on Essential Rewards, which is the auto shipment. They don't have to. However, it's really smart too if you're going to continue to order oils. The thing that I love about it is that I make sure that I will never miss out on a paycheck. So if you want the starter, it's called a Fast Start bonus, which is saying thank you for enrolling somebody. If that is the only paycheck that you want to get, then all you have to do is spend 50 PV. Don't get it confused with $50, because something can be, so you'll get to 50 PV on your cart, but then you still have to pay tax and shipping. So it might be a little over $50, but you've got to make sure that you're looking at the PV. Stands for product value. So 50 PV if you want to get the Fast Start bonus, which is the thank you check. If you start building a team and you start getting that residual income, then Young Living does ask that you would spend 100 PV any month that you want the commissions paycheck. So every month I'm spending, a lot more than 100 PV, just because I've got everybody on their supplements and their shampoos, and I mean, we're using even down to our pet treats. And so, anyway, so 100 PV gets you your commissions check. Let's see here. There's also this really cool thing. The commissions are on a percentage. So you get paid a different percentage at different levels. Meaning if this is you, and then you have somebody, you enroll this person down here and you put them down here, then they're 3 levels below you. Does that make sense? So you get paid a different percentage than the person up top. However, let me just say this. Young Living is super, super generous in their compensation plan. I've looked at, I don't even want to name them off, but cooking things that are multi-level and makeup things that are multi-level. And I really started looking at the compensation plan. If I was going to invest my time and my energy, I wanted it to be worth it. Young Living is so generous. They give you this Fast Start bonus. You get 25% of anything that the person that you're enrolling spends for their first 3 months. So that's the reason why they do that, is because they want to be sure that you're touching base with them. And the fact that you are touching base with them, they want to reward you and encourage you to touch base with them, especially in their first 3 months. And so then after that, it goes to 8%. So on their 4th month, then you'd get paid 8% on them. So you see how that's really kind of generous. First of all, you get the thank you check just for enrolling them. And then they give you the commissions check, and all you had to have spent was 50 PV for those commissions checks for that person's first 3 months. It gets a little bit confusing. I know Amy's always texting me going, okay, wait, remind me of that. And I remember for a long time, I was like, what? I've got videos, I've got all kinds of trainings just so that you can know, just don't feel like you got to memorize that. But I just wanted you to know that Young Living is super generous. When you are on ER, they give you loyalty gifts. So like at 3 months and at 6 months and at 9 months and 12 months, they just toss in an extra oil because they want to say thank you. Each month they have promos that you can hit depending on which level of spending that you've done. And I think that's super, generous. And then also they give you points back so that then you can order more things. It's almost like having a little bank account with Young Living. So anything else you guys might want to share if we don't have too many questions? The name up there it says iPhone. It's my friend Kim. And so Kim, if you have any questions, I know that there's a way to unmute your phone. And Zoom, so funny. I think it's doing something weird. Do y'all see that, or is it just me?
No, it tells us. It's got remaining time left.
Yeah, so we have 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes now.
But no, thank you for sharing that, Jen. I just think it's an amazing company that you only, you could be making 15,000 a month, from commissions and everything, and still the company only requires you to spend $100 PV. I think that's awesome. So thank you for giving some clarity on that.
Absolutely. You have different leaders on here with different ranks. I mentioned mine, which is gold, and I'm pretty proud of that. It took a while, but that means that this team is gold, and I just feel like it was the whole team that got us there. And so I didn't know if Ealita or Amy and Megan, if you guys wanted to mention ranks and maybe how long it took you to get there. I know I went really fast and went straight from, I think I skipped over star, went to senior star the very first month. And I will tell you, my paycheck was $250 that first month. And then the second month, it was $600 because I hit executive. I was executive for almost 3 months. And then my paycheck went up to $1,500 as a silver, because it totally doubles once you get these generational bonuses and everything, because they consider you a leader then. And then now that I've hit gold, I don't think my paycheck's been up to $6,000 in 1 month. It's not been any less than $3,000, and that's like a full-time job, anyhow. You all don't have to share your paychecks. I just want you to know how quickly it went, and that it really does happen. Like, it's not just this, does she really get a paycheck? Or anyways, yeah.
I can share. I am silver, and I think it took me about 2 years to get silver. And I've been silver for about 2 years. But I will say that I have not been working the business this last year and a half, probably, since I had my third baby. When I got pregnant, I just got tired and took some time off. So I am back at it and trying to build my organization back up. But I haven't lost silver.
Sorry, Megan, you can totally speak to residual income, right? I mean, you still got those paychecks, girl.
Yeah. They still paid me to be silver when I wasn't working, and that's amazing. So, but yeah, that's where I am. I've been really close to, actually, this month last year, I was only, I think, 3,000 PV from gold. I was really close. I'm not that close anymore. So while yes, I'm still silver, I'm lesser of silver than I was then. I'll say that. Ealita, you want to share?
Well, we were trying to remember. We think we took, I think it was 2 years before we hit silver, if I remember correctly. I think it was around that time. And so I don't remember what else to share about. I don't remember my paychecks or anything. I just know that I love sharing, and I love that we had additional income coming into the home. And I do remember the first time we hit silver, we took a picture of the screenshot, because we were like, oh my gosh, look at all these people, that we've helped. And it was just amazing. It was a good feeling. I will say this though, Young Living is very motivating and encouraging for you to grow as a person. And I feel like that's something that we didn't really touch on today. But I feel like overall, if I haven't gained anything else with this company, I've gained just growth for who I am today. I've just learned how to communicate better with people, earned some new friends. I've been blessed with new friendships and everything. So we just enjoy doing what we're doing, and we'll just keep setting goals and reaching them together.
Kim had said she couldn't figure out how to unmute her phone. So let me see if I can unmute it. Kim, I've unmuted you if you wanted to ask a question.
I just wasn't sure how to share them with people without coming across as pushy, because I don't ever share anything because I don't want to come off like that.
Awesome. Amy, do you want to talk to that? Because that's your biggest fear as well.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think it's just natural. I just talk about it like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm using. I don't ever make people feel guilty for using something else, because we still use a mix of other things occasionally, but I just share what has worked. And I tell people this is what works for me. I kind of leave it as a, when you're ready, come see me. I will say I'm a star. I'm consistently a star, and I've hit senior star. So I'm on the other end. I do not consistently have tons and tons of people enrolling. I do a lot of one-on-one talking with people, nurturing relationships with friends. I have a lot of friends that are close to me that are not ready for oils yet. They will be. I know they will be. They all come around eventually. And so I just keep nurturing that friendship and don't make it about the oils at all. But since it's part of my life, it's just like they would ask how my kids are doing or my family, or I, talk about their family with them. It's something that's going to come up time and time again. And like I said, if you come to my house, you're going to see them, and it's not salesy. I don't have like a sign out or my business card like here. I mean, if I was having a party, maybe I'd put them out, but it's just part of my life. So you're going to naturally share it that way.
Thank you.
And can I add to that? I felt like that and still do sometimes, but it's all in our head, because why, I don't know why we feel guilt like we're making money off our friends or something. I think that maybe where I get it, but I mean, you don't hesitate to tell them about, I don't know, a lip gloss that you bought that you love, or that movie that you saw that you love. You don't think, oh, I don't know if I should tell them. They may think I'm trying to get them to buy it. But because we do make a commission, so, we get in our own head about it, I think. And so if you can get past that and just see it as what it really is, it's you loving something and you loving it so much you want to tell them, and you want them to love it too. And that really is why we're doing this. I'm not a salesman. I wouldn't sell, just anything. It has to be something that I love. So I just think, I don't know. Does that help? Like, try to get out of your head with that, and just know that you're coming from a place from love when you're sharing about oils.
Thank you.
And Kim, I know you're on Facebook some, and I just sometimes, I don't really troll Facebook, but when I see somebody, they're like, oh my gosh, my kid has head lice, I will private message them and say, hey, I got something. If you want to try it, it's up to you. It's no pressure, but I like to look and see where I can fill a need instead of feeling like I have to like create this, unsalesy sales pitch. No, that's not. Yeah. Anyways, I love your heart that you don't want to be salesy. So I know you just started your blog, and I love it. And I think that's a great place to be as well, and to share just recipes that you've tried, things that you've tried. Y'all, it's less than 1 minute. So if it cuts out, then I'll see you all later. Remember to text me if you want to take that next step, or message me. I'll have my phone number. And if you need that share link, again, just reply to me that you need a share link, and I can get that to you. It literally automatically populates your member number and sends you a link right away. You don't have to wait for me to read it or figure it out. It knows what to do. Isn't that cool? Technology's so cool.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome, Bob. All right, guys. Well, we will see you later. Thank you so much for coming, and go share, enroll, train, repeat. Woohoo! See y'all.